لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
Malik bin Dinar says, I was in Hajj and I'm standing there at the Kaaba and I'm seeing this multitudes of people converging, and the thought crosses my mind, Manil maqboolu minhum wa manil mardud. Ya Allah, so many people have come here, whose Hajj is accepted and whose Hajj is rejected. These are the thoughts playing in my mind. With that thought in my mind, I went to sleep, and in a dream I was told, غَفَرَ اللَّهُ لِلْجَمِيعِ إِلَّا رَجُلًا وَاحِدًا. Allah forgave everyone but one person. So in my heart, I feared probably I'm the exception and Allah has rejected my Hajj. So I got up with a heavy heart, in panic, anxiety. The entire day passed. The next night I went to sleep. And when I retired to bed, in a dream I was told, you're not the exception, but it is a person by the name of Muhammad bin Harun from Balkh. So in the morning I got up in my days of Hajj and I started inquiring from the people, you know of this man? He comes from this particular town, country, etc. They said, yeah, he's a very noble man. He's Allah conscious. He's a sage of the age. He devotes his whole night to worship. So I was alarmed by what people were saying versus the dream I had. Finally, I get to the man and I see he's engaged in prayer, an aged person, in very humble in his demeanor. And I sit there. So he looks at me and he says, Malik, what's the matter? So there's a murmur in my voice and I say, I don't know what to tell you. He says, no, tell me. He says, I'm afraid I had a dream, and in the dream I was told everyone's Hajj is accepted but yours. He said, Malik, you're not the first person to tell me this. Year in and year out I perform Hajj, and every year some pious man comes and gives me this bad news. I was in my youth. I was in my prime. I hope my young brother, you listening. I hope you're sober enough to process what I'm saying. While you breathe in and I'm breathing, Allah gave us chance. إِنَّمَا التَّوْبَةُ عَلَى اللَّهِ لِلَّذِينَ يَعْمَلُونَ السُّوءَ بِجَهَالَةٍ. How much more do you want this mother to cry? I was at the center one day, and as I came there, I see one person's feet are shackled. So I asked, Hafiz Sahab, what is it? He said, no, we intercepted him. He was on the verge of killing his mother. He was on the verge of killing his mother. I came home, I was drunk, I was high. شَرِبْتُ خَمْرًا عِنْدَ خِدْنٍ لِي. I went out with my friends, and then they said, have a drink, so we had a drink. Years ago, I went to take my car. This was before I got really introduced to what is happening and how lethal it is. This was many years ago. At that time, it was not so rife and rampant. And I had to just attend to some radio in the car, etc. So it was a non-Muslim. And one person was attending to the car, and the other person, he was doing his concoction. Now, if you don't know it, and may Allah never let us know it, because it's not something you want to know. So he's got a glass bottle and he's dropping something inside and he's lighting something. So casually I said, hey, mate, hey, bro, what you up to, man? Drop this here. He said, if I don't drink this, I will kill half of lands and I'll start with you. If I don't drink this, I will kill half of lands and I start with you. Obviously, I had to dash for cover. So I'm here to narrate the story. It's laughable when it's not your family. It's laughable when it's not your son. It's laughable when it's not your sibling. But when it's your own, you bang your head and you start asking yourself questions till you're dizzy in your brain. You're dizzy in your brain. You ask yourself, has the demon and the devil descended into my child? Is this become the new shaitan? I came home, I was drunk and high. My mom seen me, atamayalu fi mashi. I am stumbling and I am walking. So my mom came to me and she said, "Oh my son, akhiru yawmin min Sha'ban, awwalu yawmin min Ramadan, yusbihu an-nasu suwama wa tusbihu sakran." Oh my son, it's the last day of Shaban. It's the eve of Ramadan. Even the sinners gave up their wrong and they also fasting, and you are drunk. In my naivety, in my stupidity, in my intoxication, I slapped my mom and she fell into the fire. It's been more than 30 years I'm coming for Hajj. Every year one person comes to me and tells me Allah's rejected your Hajj. I'm saying make tawbah while your mother is alive. Make tawbah while your mom is alive. There was a brother I went and I met at the center. He said to me, "My pain is I buried my mother drunk. I didn't know was it a grave or what it was. 3 days later, I realized my mom passed away." What is the biggest cause of the problems? It's our company. And when we come back, why we don't recover? It's our company. Give up your friends? No, I cannot give up my friends. Then you're a liar in your claim of wanting to change. Simple as that. A lot of times, and I'm not passing judgment, I will come to the point, if Allah allows me and the time permits, my emotions are high because I have seen too many parents and guardians cry. I'm asking you, and we will ask society to intervene. That's my call, that when our young man comes out of there, if you and I, as entrepreneurs and as businessmen, don't give him an opening and don't integrate him and give him some decent salary and don't bring him back into society, then we're prepping him to relapse. Hafiz Sahib spoke about UK. I was in the UK and we traveled many a times. In fact, I'm leaving again, inshallah, shortly. And some prominent businessmen came to me and they said that we've got some funds and we're thinking of putting up something. I said, please don't build an Islamic center or a Muslim school. Build a rehab. Build a rehab. Create a facility. This is the harsh reality. This is what's happening on the ground.